Hello, I am Collis Ong,
And I am Faith Lee.
and together we are Golden Years.
In the recent years, elderly depression has been an increasingly prevalent issue in our Singapore society. There have been many news articles about this issue, and we feel that not enough is being done to combat it. After all, elderly should be spending their golden years having fun with their friends and enjoying the retirement period, instead of battling a serious mental disorder. Hence, we embarked on this project. We are combating the issue of elderly social isolation and depression. Elderly living alone may not have a close circle of friends, and since their family members might have their own commitments and are unable to visit them frequently, they may feel lonely. In many cases, these elderly are unsure of how to meet new people and make friends, and some may even lack the mobility to go out and interact with others. Our value proposition is, for elderly living alone who are dissatisfied with the lack of ways to make friends or get help, Golden Years is a simple-to-use application which pairs up elderly to volunteers, unlike Giving.sg, Facebook, and other volunteering or social media sites. Our target market group is elderly living alone. This is an example profile of one of our customers. This is Mrs. Lee. She's an elderly living alone. She feels lonely as her family is busy and only visits her once a week. Her family lives very far from her, thus they are not able to accompany her to her medical appointments. She wants to make new friends and get accompaniment to her hospital visits. And this is where our solution, Golden Years, can come into the picture and help her. It is an application which matches elderly to a volunteer based on an algorithm. Their algorithm will ensure that elderly will be shown volunteer profiles which have matching interests and location, so the elderly can pick and choose volunteers they feel will be best suited for them. They can then chat before meeting in real life. This allows the elderly to have interaction with others. This is our application logo. The color yellow was chosen as it creates a sense of cheerfulness and optimism, lifting people's spirits. The bee symbolizes community and brightness. This is our mock-up. The elderly will start off by signing up, after which they will fill in their profile so volunteers can get to know them. There's a homepage where elderly can scroll through the list of volunteers and choose from there. In the Get a Ride feature, they can just fill in a simple form with details regarding the time and location of their hospital visit, and the application will pair them up with an available volunteer. The elderly will pay the volunteer a token fee of $5. This is cheaper than ride-sharing applications and is more convenient than using public transport. Lastly, in the chat function, they can chat with volunteers by recording their voices and sending the voice messages. The rationale behind this is that elderly may not be very familiar with written English, and typing might put a stress on the joints, especially for those with arthritis. However, after getting feedback, we will also be adding a keyboard so the elderly can choose which one they are more comfortable with. The current mega trend is that there's an aging population in Singapore, as seen in the bar diagram. Moreover, many of these elderly prefer to live alone. The estimated number of elderly living alone by 2030 is 83,000. This shows the number of people who can benefit from our application. By 2020, the elderly healthcare market in Singapore is estimated to be worth 13 billion Singapore dollars. The elderly healthcare market is expected to grow by 10 times by 2030, which makes us believe that there is market opportunity for us. After deciding on our idea, we decided to conduct market research. We asked 3 main questions. Firstly, we asked the elderly respondents if they lived alone. 1/4 of our respondents lived alone. We asked the elderly if they use smartphones. Approximately 2/3 of our respondents said that they use smartphones. Online resources have also mentioned that the percentage of elderly using smartphones are increasing, as volunteers and family are teaching elderly to use the internet. This means we can benefit and reach a great proportion of elderly. Lastly, we asked the elderly if they experience some form of social isolation or depression. About 1/4 said that they did. This proves that this is a major issue that we need to address, and it does affect a great percentage of the elderly population.
Currently, we are planning on doing a prototype using the MIT App Inventor based on our mockup. In the future, we will then use JavaScript and NativeScript to code the actual app. When we first launch the app, we plan to do it only in Singapore, as our research has been mainly based in Singapore. However, if it is successful, We will expand it to other countries as well, since some other countries like Japan have high elderly suicide rates, and our application can benefit them too. We have given out a survey showing our mock-up and explaining the features. 140 elderly and 150 volunteers have shown interest in using our application. Some of the feedback given was relating to the safety of the elderly. People were worried that some of the volunteers may have bad intentions when helping the elderly and chatting with them. Thus, we have created a report function shown in the photo, where elderly can report volunteers who seem to have harmful intentions. Another feedback is that a keyboard can be added in addition to the voice recording, so that elderly can type if needed. We will be profiting from 3 aspects: advertisements, selling of data, and selling a premium version of our application. Firstly, for the advertisements, we will be having them in our homepage. Just like Facebook, we will have advertisements between every few profiles the elderly or volunteers scroll down. This allows our customers to view the advertisements as they scroll through their feed and look through the various profiles of their elderly and volunteers recommended for them at the same time. Secondly, for the data, we will be selling them to bigger companies. Lastly, for selling a premium version of our application, elderly using the premium version of the application will have their profiles verified, and their requests will be bumped up and shown to more volunteers. We will also remove ads in the premium version. We intend to price it at $3.99 Singapore dollars. To get people to know about our app, we plan to advertise at MRT stations and bus interchanges, or on trains and buses, since they will regularly be used by most elderly, and more elderly will get to know about our application. We will also set up social media accounts, as this enables us to advertise at no cost. We will sell our products on the Apple App Store and on the Android Play Store. Our main competition are Volunteer Match, Elder Helpers, and Live Elder Care. These applications and websites are all effective. However, they are only based in America. We will be comparing applications and websites that are available in Singapore. Firstly, there is Giving.sg, which is a website for volunteers to sign up for events or donate to charity. In this case, the beneficiaries will not get to know their volunteers beforehand, and are not able to choose their volunteers from a list of available volunteers. It is also not specialized to help the elderly. Then, there is Facebook. Facebook is a social media site where people can make friends and get to know one another. However, Facebook is not specialized for elderly usage, and many elderly do not use social media as well. On the other hand, Facebook enables people to chat with each other, thus there is high quality of interaction on the application. And then there is us, Golden Years. We are specialized in elderly outreach, so more elderly will be willing to sign up with us. We also have greater quality of interaction, as the elderly can chat with certain volunteers one-to-one before meeting up. This is our short-term go-to-market strategy. By December 2018, we plan to develop a prototype of our app using JavaScript or MIT App Inventor. After developing our application, we will release it on Android Play Store and Apple Store by April 2019. In May 2019, we will start marketing campaigns on social media such as Facebook and Instagram. We will continue refining our application, and hopefully we can partner with at least 10 organizations by November 2019. This is our long-term strategy with all the milestones we intend to achieve in each year from 2018 to 2020. In 2018, we will be working on developing our app. In 2019, we will launch our app and partner with 10 organizations. In 2020, we hope to reach 20,000 active users and partner with 20 organizations. These organizations may be elderly volunteer organizations, where we can recruit more volunteers and also let more elderly know about our application. This is our team. Collis is the CEO and the programmer. She has been working on the marketing and business aspects and has had experience coding with Python and the MIT App Inventor. I am the COO and the graphic designer. I have been using Inkscape to design all the graphics and mock-ups shown. I have also been doing the market research. Most importantly, we are seeking to grow through this experience. Both of us have a strong willingness to learn and have a whole lot of passion. These are our references.
Thank you!